Hello, everyone, and welcome to your Concrete Success Podcast. I'm Maddie Barrera, co-owner of Concrete Marketing Crew, and along with my partner and co-host, Danny Barrera, we are going to be talking about a topic that is very near and dear to my heart, and that is struggling Facebook ads.
Beautiful. Welcome aboard, team. Welcome. Great to have you. And if you like that intro, make sure that you give this video a like and a share. And if you know anyone that might find this information helpful, we're going to be covering some very in-depth topics that no one likes to talk about from the marketing industry. We love to bring awareness. We love to bring positivity. We love to empower clients and prospective clients and anyone in the industry. We're on a mission to empower the concrete coating and decorative concrete industry. And we know we can only do that if we bring out the truth and we bring out the facts and we help you understand how to better do marketing. So what do you got for us today here, Maddie?
All right. Okay, so Danny, you like to teach our team and our clients about the code. So what is that?
Well, the code it's everything.
Okay.
It's everything. It's how we operate. It's more than just a cute saying or what we embody, what we embrace, and that is under the premise of truth. And what if we were to embrace that as a reality and we were to operate, number one, knowing what is it that you want and pursue that to your fullest capacity. And if you're watching this, you're listening to this, you're a man, you're a business owner, you're a woman, you're a businesswoman. There is something that you desire in your business and in your life. There's something you desire in your relationships. There's something you desire if you're a parent with your relationship with your children. There's something you desire with your body. There's something you desire in your bank account. There is something you desire in your spirituality and fulfillment. And I feel like we don't hear this enough on how important it is for us to operate in truth and certainty, not just in one area of our lives, but every area of our lives. And the code is really based on the premise of what if we were to operate in our fullest potential, dealing with the facts, the feelings, the focus, and the results in any way, shape, or form. Is our methodology for account management, is our methodology for dealing with chaos, is our methodology for dealing with fulfillment, anything that has to do with how do we serve clients at the highest possible level, how do we make sure that we focus in the main things, like there's a saying, hey, let's keep the main thing the main thing. Well, this is by leveraging the code. And when it comes to topics like this, where we're talking about pressing matters or matters that impact your business directly in your financial state, how do you deal with those conversations? How do you deal with tough conversations? How do you deal with tough conversations with your partner, with your children? When you have the code, now you have a place where you can say, okay, you know what? Let's focus on the facts here. Let's put feelings aside from it. Let's put all the negative emotions, let's put everything that rattles you and all the insecurities on the side. Let's get right to the facts. Let's find the focus and let's find where we're going. What are the results that we desire? Let's look at the current and let's look at the possibility. And let's map out a plan so that we can build from there. Because the reality is right now you are in a specific place in time. And sometimes those results in Facebook ads are not pleasant. So that's basically the code.
Yeah, I was going to say, what does that have to do with Facebook ads? But you're right. Sometimes the results are not pleasant, and you just have to, we're very honest up front, with the facts. This is what we did, this is what we didn't do. So we
That's
definitely,
right.
Absolutely, I like that.
Every Friday, our clients get a report. Hey, this is what happened. This is what worked. This is what didn't work. This is what we're doing next. Plain and simple, good or bad.
Good or bad, they get a report. Or a Loom video going over the facts of what we did, what went wrong, what didn't work, what worked really well. So yeah, I like that. All right. So I want to talk today a little bit. I want to talk more like in depth in terms of like Facebook ads and things that we see that contribute to the struggling ads per se that we're going to say. So the very first thing that I want to talk about is creatives. Let's talk about creatives. Okay. Danny, I have my insight, but I want you to tell us why. Talk to me about creatives. Why are they important? What should you do if you're running Facebook ads, or if you have someone else running Facebook ads for you in terms of creatives?
Creatives are everything. It's what stops the scroll. And what I want to have you consider is that if you're looking like everyone else, if you're leveraging or using pictures that are not clear, they're not high quality, people cannot make sense out of what they're looking for, a confused mind will never buy. So say that you have a picture and you as the contractor, the floor contractor, you know that you're looking at the flake floor, but a lot of times the consumer has no idea. They're looking at the walls. Are they looking at the car
Right.
parked outside? So it's very important to put a lot of emphasis, and this is what we've become world class at Concrete Marketing Crew. A lot of people talk to us and say, hey, how are you different than the competition? Well, we've invested heavily and continue to invest heavily in research and development, in testing, and building a team that helps our clients stand out in the feeds. In other words, we don't use the same picture from one client in one state to another one. There was a point in time when we tried that out, and I was like, okay, we're just going to scale this way, and it's so easy to do it. And we realized, like, okay, well, this is no cutting edge here. So, the stopping the scroll is the first job of the ad. Is how do we get someone that's an ideal prospect or someone that lives in the right neighborhood to stop the scroll and say, let me look at this. What is this? That could come in the form of video or picture. What do you got for us?
Okay, yeah, definitely. But also, I was having this conversation today with one of our clients. If you have the same creative running over and over and over again, because some people do that, they run the same thing over and over and over again, and you don't have a variety of creatives in the Facebook ads algorithm, your ads are not going to perform as well as if you have a consistent flow of different types of ads that, because it's the same kind of idea as posting on Facebook. If your ad gets likes and comments, Facebook's going to show your ad to more people. So the more content you have, the more beautiful, vivid, clean, sharp, branded content you have, the more comments and likes that you're going to have on your ads, and the better that they're going to perform.
Right. And here's the other thing is the ads and the creatives in your feed. That's one thing. But what happens when someone sees your page and then they click on, oh, let me take a look at this business, and they go to your organic feed, and now you don't have ads, right? It's not the creative now, it's what's being displayed. This is another reason why, as a marketing agency, we don't sell social media posting services. We used to do that at a time. Doesn't work. It does not work when you want to do it right, the right way. The right way is to actually do it in-house, have someone with the phone, and start editing. Some of our clients love the ads that we create for them, that they tell us, hey, can you send us the ads that you're running, send us the videos, and they work really well. But it's important, the point I want to make is what are you putting in your feed? And we're going to have a specialist, someone that's grown viral brands online on social media on one of our future episodes. Connie will not tell you much more than that, but creatives are very important. Is what makes the scroll stop, is what gets you the foot in the door when it comes to the visual element. And the better the creatives, the higher quality the creatives, the better it performs. There was a point in time where that was not the case, but now what we're seeing is what is real, authentic, and that looks very well, sells very well. Better creatives, you can sell for a higher ticket. That's the reality of it. We have multiple brands all across the board, right? Like more so in the startup, and more so where they have an in-house or videographers come in every now and then. They send you a footage. You want to talk about the difference in CPLs?
Yes, the more beautiful footage, clear. It's almost like sometimes, like even like flakes. If you take like a blurry picture of a garage floor that's has gray flakes, and you like post that, it looks no different than a garage that doesn't have flakes if it's blurry and it's low res, So how can it be something that stops the scroll, and you're saying turn this beautiful garage or transform this beautiful garage, but it's like a blurry gray flake that looks like a concrete floor that hasn't been finished? It's not going to perform as well as if you and like you said, professional photographers are fantastic, but I'm sorry, this right here takes
iPhone.
amazing.
The latest iPhone is all you need.
Takes amazing pictures.
Make that investment. The latest iPhone. Go and get yourself one.
Close.
It's the best. It's better than actually most DSLRs out there. Like,
use portrait
technology is
mode.
insane. All of it.
I mean, take different angles, up close, further away, sharpen it up, so definitely when you have the better looking picture, the close-up picture, the picture with detail, that the customer can see the detail of your work, that is the ad that performs the best, 100%.
Yes. Another thing that we get asked a lot is like, hey, oh, show us pictures, show us creatives. Well, that's our specialty here. So in order for you to be able to see one of our clients, plain and simple, you just reach out to us and we'll show you creatives, what it should look like. And this is what we're going to be sharing in the Code Master Lab, which is a special training. If you're interested in learning how to do marketing for yourself, you don't want to hire a marketing agency, you want to learn how to do that for yourself, and you have the bandwidth to be able to do that, that's where we're going to be discussing and sharing with you best practices. Other than that, just contact Concrete Marketing Crew. But that's something I'm very proud of the team, and we're constantly figuring out even how to use AI to help us refine some of the pictures which clients send us. But I believe one of the things is if you're not testing and you're not figuring out what works in your area, you're losing a lot. And that's, you were recently on a call with these prospects saying, hey, cost per lead is so high or it's inconsistent. And like, the question was like, when was the last time, right, that we got some footage so that our team could edit? Like, how many times can we repurpose the same image or the same video, right?
Correct. It gets to a point that you're like, can you, just send me some stuff? And just, we don't even need it to be like edited at all. Like you said, we even have like AI things that we can use to, enhance what we have. But we, if you're going to have a marketing agency run your campaigns, it's courtesy to send them, keep your work current.
Yeah. And so one last point here, give me CPLs, cost per leads. What's the difference between a poor performing or overran ad footage, pictures, video versus one that is fresh, it's looking great, it's new?
All right, so I'm going to give you the comparison in the same area. In the same area, we've had two different clients at two different points in the same service area, okay? One client has decided to not run Facebook ads at the moment, and the other one is running Facebook ads with us, right? So the one that has beautiful graphics and videos and TikTok reels and stuff like that, his cost per lead was like $11.
In modern days. This is not like 5 years ago.
No, this is today, right now. The other client in the same general area that doesn't have pictures, that I'm continuing to run the same stock video over and over again, that I'm trying to like repurpose the same picture over and over again, their cost per lead is somewhere in the $40 range. That's a huge, drastic.
This is the biggest problem I see with marketing agencies out there. Not to badmouth or talk bad about them. It's the reality of the situation. It's what ads are being used, what images are being used for your ads, whose images, whose pictures, whose videos is being used. And it's so important, like super important, is the difference between an $11, $15, $17, $20 lead and a $40, $60 lead. That's it. The only difference is same ad account. The only thing you change is creative, same ad copy, right? So it's so powerful. Great point. What else you got?
All right. Very good. Okay. So the next point is, let's talk about new account limitations. If you have a new account, you just started running Facebook ads a couple months ago, even if it's like 6 months ago, and you come to us, for example, to run your ads, and you want to start off running your ads with like $300 a day and expect a super low cost per lead. Talk to me about that.
This is for both Google and Facebook ads, but in this specific conversation, Facebook advertising, your ad account, it's almost like it's got its own credit score, which is basically that's what it is. The credit score, the more you run it, the healthier it is, the more that you have spent on advertising, the higher the ad spend per day capabilities is. And this is another one of the reasons why it's important that you run ads out of your own advertising account. Not someone else. If someone else is running your Facebook ads, your number one job right now should be like, do I have full ownership over that ad account? Because if at one point in time you choose to walk away from that relationship where they're managing your ads, you're pretty much screwed. And we've seen it so many times where clients come to us from other agencies. They make the decision to move forward with us, and now they're like, well, it looks like we don't have permissions, Maddie. And then they give you 20 stories how they got 3 ad accounts banned, and a whole bunch of excuses. So if you have gotten your ad account banned, that doesn't happen if you're doing everything right.
Right.
If you're protecting your ad account, your information, your business information, if you're registering that. So all of that. And Maddie, I mean, you have contacts in Meta.
Yeah.
And you guys and your team, you're constantly in conversations. You've recovered accounts for clients who have gotten their accounts restricted and penalized. But I would say the main thing is, ad accounts, there are limits in the beginning. And that's the biggest thing is if you have 4 crews and your ad spend is only $50 a day, there's no way you're going to generate 100, 200 leads a month under that, because you cannot spend any more. So that's the biggest limitation. So if you're afraid and you don't own your ad accounts, the beautiful thing is you can start running ads right now and start getting that credit. How long does it take to get that credit up after $50 per day?
So when you first start, and like you were saying that your ad account has a credit score, yes, they definitely take into consideration your budget, how effectively you pay, if your payments go through without a glitch. They take also into account your actual history of advertising. So your ad account has like its internal pixel that actually tracks the data of your specific ads and what you're posting, whether or not your ads have been restricted, whether or not you're posting things that comply with Facebook policies, etc. So what happens is that they'll take all that into consideration before they even raise your budget for $50 a day. When you first start an account, you're maxed at $50 a day no matter what. So after a certain time frame, they won't change it for you unless somebody calls into Meta and requests the ad account to be re-audited and the ad budget to be raised. So it's not even like just an overnight thing. Like you literally have to get on a phone call with Meta and be like, can you please re-audit this account? They look at all the stuff. They look at how long you've been running ads, how many ads you've been running, have you been paying everything on time, have you circumvented any policies, have you gotten any of your ads rejected, the account quality. So all of that stuff is it takes time. It takes, I would say, a minimum of like 3 months for it to.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not a 30-day type of thing.
No. It took about 3 months.
3 months for them to lift.
Yeah, I've tried.
How much in the difference? Ad spend a day?
$50 a day is where you start. You can't go more than that. But I've tried accounts, for example, that have been in about the 30-day range, and they'll say, no, we can't do it at this time because you've only been running accounts for 30 days, and with this particular account had like one payment, like they had fraud on their card, so they had to change their card, so they had one missed payment, and they even said, no, you can't run, we can't increase your budget because in the past 60 days there has been one payment that hasn't gone through, and you have to be better at paying your bill on time. And so they've rejected me after 30 days because of certain of those factors. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, that's a good point. It's making sure that you're aware of what your daily limit is. What can someone do to learn what their limit is a day right now?
Well, you would just have to go into your ad account and just, adsmanager.facebook.com, and you have to just look at your daily budget. If you're curious to see how much you can spend, try running a campaign at more than $50, and you'll have a pop-up that says you can't if you can't, and if you can, it'll just let you run whatever budget you want.
Boom. Done. What else you got for us?
All right. This is a good question. Okay. Why do Facebook leads suck for a lot of contractors, and how do you deal with that? Oh my gosh, you didn't even think I was going to say it.
I love it.
Why do Facebook leads suck for a lot of contractors, and how do you deal with that?
It's about the sales process. We've talked about this. Make sure that you tune in to Your Concrete Success podcast. By the way, if you're finding these episodes helpful, it would be amazing, incredible if you could share the love. Let us know by hitting the like button, subscribe, giving us some sort of star rating. I would love to get more 5-star ratings here, but what we'd like is your most honest feedback and opinion. And we're also giving away hoodies. Christian, can you pull up some of the hoodies here, which are incredible? Crush the standards. You can see there we got Agustina right there. She's part of our client success team. And then you got another one. There you go. We got Leo, Google Ads expert, in-house. Crush the standards right there. So make sure that you leave us a comment if you want to get one of these. And we're going to be picking out one here at the end of this month. All you have to do is leave your review with the name of your company, your name obviously in the comment. And we're going to go ahead and hunt you down and find you so that we can give you that hoodie. So we're going to have that raffle at the end of this month here. Make sure you guys, all you have to do is leave us a comment with your name and your company name. Let us know how you're enjoying the episodes here. And if you're finding it helpful, make sure you share in your social medias. Thank you for that. So coming back into your question, the quality of the lead is again, going by the code. Right? Facts, feelings, focus, and the results. What are the facts of the situation? What is the fact of a situation? Are we advertising on a platform that someone is searching actively for your services? Or are we getting in front of someone, encouraging them for them to request a quote where there has to be sales involved? Right? It's a different type of sell. Because if someone is hitting me up on Google and they're searching, they're halfway there. They're halfway through the door. You send that lead over to your salesperson, and literally, I mean, you have a high chance to close. We have a client. He just literally just started. He's like, I'm closing at 50%. Second lead, he's got another. I mean, he already made his investment back, and he's like, plus some more, which is awesome. Inbound from Google search. Facebook is display advertising. Someone is interested. Are they sold entirely into it? Like, are you going to expect that for someone to be like, hey, here you go, here's my credit card? So when you're hearing marketers and you're listening to marketers telling you that they can find people on Facebook platform that are searching for your services, I'm sorry to tell you, but that's not true. Let's focus on the facts. That individual has interest in perhaps home improvement,
Correct.
different targeting things, but that doesn't mean that they're in market. And we've gotten clear into what it means for someone to be in market. Someone that is your prospect, your ideal prospect, versus someone that is in market, searching for your services, completely different buyer. And that's the beauty about concrete coatings and decorative concrete is you beautify surfaces. You beautify surfaces. So what that means is you have the opportunity to compel someone to come in through your funnel where you can go ahead and reach back out to them, see what they're interested on, find a problem that you can solve, and then sell them. So the quality of the lead is, I would say, there's times where the leads come in out of service area, which we'll talk a little bit about that here in a second. Those are not your ideal prospects. But if you have someone that's a homeowner and you got the name, email, phone number, address, project description, and you've got that information from someone that is in your service area, that is a lead. That is a lead. What is a quality lead versus not quality lead? There are so many variations, and this is where landing pages come into play, the pixels come into play. Are we fitting lookalike audiences into the advertising? Can we feed the algorithm some more data so that we can bring a little bit warmer audience, et cetera? Are we retargeting? There's so many of those things, but that doesn't move the needle. That doesn't move the needle significantly. It's probably a 1 to 2% increment in quality of lead. And to bring it down here, I think I went a little bit too above, but to bring it down to the most concise version, is like, hey, you have to understand that selling concrete coating, selling decorative concrete, right, is not a needs service. It's a want. It's a want. So how do we get someone interested and motivated and compel them into action more and more? That's where your sales process comes in. That's where your follow-up sequences. That's where the conversations. How soon are you getting back to the lead? When they're motivated, energy's high. I mean, they're all excited. Boom. That's when you got to strike right there and then. So the longer you wait to get back to the lead, so say someone submits a their information on Facebook. If I'm calling them back 3 days later, they're going to forget who you are.
Yeah.
They don't even remember that they submitted the information. So of course they're going to say, well, I don't remember. No, you got the wrong phone number. The same prospect. And that's where this whole conversation about quality leads, qualified leads, blah, 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 blah. Like, we can go on and on about this debate here, but just to deal with the facts, you got to understand the facts of the platform, right? This is not Google search. What feedback do you have?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I mean, it's like exactly what you said. Like, Facebook is, you're literally, I'm taking a I'm creating an ad that's going to make the consumer stop and actually input their information. And that alone is a big deal. So you have the most beautiful thing about these Facebook leads is that you have a database of people who at one point in their life have seen your product and have given you their information. And that's where the gold is. That's where the value is. I'm going to speak a little bit about myself as a consumer because I am the target demographic. I'm a person I'm a woman in my 40s who has income to beautify my garage because it's something that I want that's extra that I don't necessarily need, but I want, right? So as a consumer myself, there are millions of things that I give my name and my email and my phone number to, and I'm not going to buy. I just like it. I put my information because I want to see what's next. And I get sold with everything that comes afterwards. The text messages, hey, we have a sale going on. The email, oh, look at this pretty new product that we just launched or we just created. That's where I get sold in the sales process. So the fact that you have a database full of information of your target people, that is where your gold is. That's your sales process. That's where you're going to be able to convert into in more
it's all
quantity.
in the sales process.
Mm-hmm.
It's all in the sales process. It's all in the follow-up. It's all in what happens as soon as someone hits your CRM. And we had Drip Jobs, Tanner's podcast episode. Make sure you listen to the Drip Jobs episode so you can hear his story as well as get a glimpse into the CRM that he offers. Drip Jobs, you get 100 days of free trial if you want to give it a shot. Highly encourage it. Now, if you're part of the Concrete Marketing Crew client base, we do offer you Go High Level, which is our white label version, the Concrete Marketing app, and we customize it with all the triggers, automations, everything to help you optimize your sales process. It's all done for you. And here's the deal: is the ones that use the CRM are the ones that are making money with the Facebook leads. So we can have the same, like we've seen it time and time again now. We've served hundreds of clients now, and we have had clients in the same service area, one that has a sales process, one that did not have a sales process, just about the same leads, right? Same leads, I mean, we look at the CRM with contrast data, and I mean, one can be making millions of dollars and the other one could barely cross half a million. And what was the only difference?
Just using the CRM, staying connected,
responding to them engaged.
Quickly.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Awesome.
I agree. All right, Danny, I have one more question for you. How much time should we give a campaign, a Facebook ads campaign, to mature?
That goes along with the history of the ad account. You see, if you're bringing in a brand new ad account, and you can only invest $50 a day, and that's not a lot. If you think that's a lot, that's a lot. That's not a lot. One of our friends, we were talking about it yesterday. He's like, hey, how much were you investing to advertising when you had a $10 million business? It's like about $1 million a month, 10%. And how much is that was for Google search? About $250K. Real businesses, moving real money. Now, if you're just starting out, like that may sound crazy for you, outrageous. Well, and that's the whole thing about building certainty and, how do you improve your ROI, but to go back to your point here, your ad account, if it's brand new, it's going to take you a good 3 months.
I agree.
Because if you cannot even raise the limits and you want to go into the second crew, we're going to have to find a different way to approach your specific campaign here. So supplying it with Google advertising, diversifying your marketing, etc. In most cases, I would say over 90% of the time, we're able to work through those situations. But 3 months out, I think, is a good time, especially when you're coming into the concrete marketing crew camp and you're having us manage. We can get very good data. We can look at ROI. First month is always going to be learning phase, always going to be learning phase. Second month, we get a good idea. You give us feedback. Hey, this is not working. That's not working. This is what we need to adjust. And that's what it is. This is the communication we like to have with our clients. By month 3, there are no questions in your service area. I mean, quite literally, we've pin dropped every single area that you like to target. We've excluded anything that you don't want, and you're getting the best results. I feel like that's the time from the and then if you have more data and you're spending hundreds of dollars a day, that means that we get that data feedback in instant time. So that would be probably at about a month and a half.
Yeah.
About a month and a half, if you're spending hundreds of dollars a day.
Yeah.
What's your feedback on that?
No, I agree with that. And like we had spoken a little while ago, like it's all like a big formula. So if you're posting on your Facebook page, like we have a client who's very engaged in posting on his Facebook page and always does lives and stuff like that. And I can literally launch anything and it's going to work perfectly fine.
Everything works right out of the gates.
Because he has so much data on his actual pixel. Like your pixel is like your Facebook pixel is like your Facebook, I guess, Facebook folder of information, prior history of everything that you've done with their so it's like your footprint, right? So if you have you're coming in new, you have a new account and you have nothing on your Facebook page and you have like 10 followers and you're capped at $50.
Oh, that's another thing.
You have to wait a minute to like warm up your account, and we'll help you with that. Like we'll help you warm it up like as fast as humanly possible, so it's not like you're gonna be like, oh well, we'll just go, oh well, you have 20 followers, okay, well it doesn't matter, no, we'll help you with all that
There's
stuff.
been a lot of clients that come to us, and what's frustrating is like, hey, this client was working with so and so for 9 months and they come to us with like 12 followers, and we're like, what is that?
How did that happen?
What is that?
Yeah, no.
Like, no, you should be growing your following every single month. And if you're not, reach out to us. We'll show you, we'll teach you how you can do that. You don't need to pay someone millions of dollars to do that. In fact, I'll probably do a training on how you can grow your Facebook page with individuals who are in your service area. Why? Okay, let me just put it this way. And this is aside from Concrete Marketing Crew, I'm on a mission to impact the lives of 1 million divorced men or men who are in transition of divorce, help them get reconnected with their children and empower them to reinvent themselves in the process. Reason being is I went through that experience myself about 7 years ago. I'm passionate about that. And next week I'm headed into doing a documentary about it and recording some video, etc. But I'm warming up a Facebook page just right now. And what am I doing? Exactly what I'm telling you guys is warming up the page, sending followers to the page, real followers that are within the demographics of men who are divorced, who are separated, etc. And I'm doing that. Why? Because by the time we have the documentary, that's going to have thousands of followers, and it's going to be a lot easier to launch and have engagement. And I mean, with everything that comes with it, it's pretty much it's a snowball effect. So I would say if there is one thing that you got to keep an eye on and track every single month is look at how many followers you have. And if you're under 1,000, your goal should be to get to 1,000 followers from your geographic area, because that's another thing is you can also target people like the individuals who follow your page. Ideally, you want your customers, your clients, your past and existing customers to like your page so that Facebook can figure out who they are and then advertise to more people like them. So very important. That's a good point there.
Yeah, that's
I
a
think
good one.
that should be a big emphasis.
Right, we do that for if you're part of our team, we definitely do that for you. But if you're not, like Danny was saying, in our training, that would definitely be a nice module to teach, like step by step. It's really not that hard. And it's affordable too, like in terms of ad budget.
I would spend $1 a day.
$1 a day. Yeah, you can do it for $1, $2 a day.
$1 a day. $1 a
grow your
day, and you could
audience.
do that with your Instagram. Instagram would be a little bit different how you target the like. In Facebook, you can actually, there's an objective to like a page. On Instagram, it's a slightly different way of doing it. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
What are the questions you got?
That's it. I have no more questions for today, Danny.
Yeah. So here's the deal. We've talked about in this conversation of today. It's like, okay, we talk about the problems. Now, I would like to call you into action because there's a high sense of accountability that comes when you're putting money behind your advertising campaign. We talked about the facts, the feelings, the focus, and the results. If you're looking for big results, that means that the strategy that you're going into this advertising mindset, the strategy has got to be planned out. You can't just wing it and boost a post and think that that's going to work for you and that's going to be, the greatest thing for you. Or, if you're thinking like, hey, I'm going to become a multi-million-dollar company by spending $20 a day, unrealistic expectations, or say that you're thinking, well, I'm throwing $100 a day and I'm not closing any jobs, when in fact you're not following up with the leads. There's got to be that alignment of the ability to think and say, okay, what is it that we're actually doing? So I would say best practices is understand your goals. Where is it that you're trying to go? How many leads do you need to get? And what would the KPI for that lead flow need to look like? If you have no data whatsoever, guess what? Your starting point would be to start a lead generation campaign and figuring out the cost per lead. And oftentimes by month 3, we've figured out the formula of that KPI, and we can start slashing it. I mean, unless we're going into, which is November right now,
The holidays.
Black Friday, Christmas, and all of that, cost per lead will go up significantly. But if you're coming into the season, it's January, February, your cost per lead should be going down significantly. So when you're in season, and then you map out, reverse engineer your targets, your goals, and there's that accountability that's with either your internal team, if you're running that in-house, or if you have a marketing partner, what does the KPI need to look like? So that's pretty much it. And I would say, let's talk about this season and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
Okay? This is the hardest season of advertising for home improvement. Why is that? Why is the cost of lead for Facebook ads is going to go, from like $20 to $60 or $40, $45.
Okay, there's a few things that are happening right now. Number one, we're entering the winter. And unless you live in an area, very small geographical area in the United States where it stays not cold all year long, you're going to be affected by the weather. And that means that when your ad is running and running and running, and there's not a lot of people clicking on it because it's snowing outside and nobody's thinking about that, nobody wants to they'll see a pretty garage, but they'll be like, oh, I don't know if I want to empty out my garage in the cold, freezing weather. So people are not going to be clicking on your ads, and that's going to increase the cost per lead. Another thing is that we're currently entering 2 very interesting seasons. One is the holiday season, and 2 is election season. Okay? I'm going to speak about the holiday season first. There are companies, e-commerce companies, who will not advertise all year long and put all of their advertising
Millions
budget,
of dollars overnight.
millions of dollars, into a couple of months, which is October, November, December. Okay.
Right.
So these 3 months, the market is just saturated. It's saturated with e-commerce sales, gifts, buy this, get one free. Put your name in here now for a drawing for like a free thing for the holidays, So it's incredibly saturated. So that's going to drive up the cost per lead, because imagine your market just increased by an exponential amount of people. So that's going to hike up your cost per lead. And it's almost like a Meta Pro told me one time, which was such a super clever way of seeing it. We are in the Super Bowl season of advertising in Facebook. So how much do Super Bowl season ads go for? Think about it. It just increases. It's a higher increase in budget. And the third thing that I was talking about was elections. So much money goes into the market during election season that it also saturates the market and makes your budget, your cost per lead
Right.
increase a little bit more.
Yeah, there's one thing going around in the marketing communities. Hey, you don't listen to your meta pros or your ad advisors because they don't know what they're doing. And I would say we've proven that to be wrong. There are and it depends who you get too.
Right.
Because if you get someone from India or Pakistan giving you ad advice, it's completely irrelevant. But we've gotten a chance at Conquer Marketing Crew to get a very good rep. Who's in our corner, and
Yes.
they see the industry's data. They're able to tell us what's working, what's not working. They can look into data for us in the back end, but they're able to give us advice into some of these critical small components. But there was a point in time where I was thinking like, hey, these guys don't own a company. They don't run advertising, but I was proven wrong, and the reason being is our clients are getting incredible cost per leads when in fact. We've seen it time and time again. Clients leave Concrete Marketing Crew for someone else that promises them more leads. You want to tell about, I'm not going to say who.
Don't say the name.
What's the current cost per lead, this individual?
When this individual left our company, his cost per lead was $35 per lead. And now he's like at $120 per lead.
$120 per lead. And I'll tell you, like that's the thing. We love to serve our clients. We're committed to delight our clients and give them results. That's our commitment 100%. Our account managers, that's what they focus on in making sure we deliver results. But oftentimes some clients get desperate because they don't want to work in their sales or improve their sales process. And they're thinking like somewhere else they're going to get better results. And where I'm going with that information is like, you got to figure out who is it that you're going to trust. And this is why we're bringing all of this awareness to you, is so that you can educate yourself and understand. And you understand what you're getting yourself into. And then if you're running a successful concrete coating business and you're looking for, hey, what's next for me? Maybe you've had some campaigns that are working very well for you and you're wondering, can I do better? Is there a possibility for me to do better? And you want a second opinion in your advertising campaign? Feel free to reach out to Concrete Marketing Crew by going to concretemarketingcrew.com. And let's see if your territory is available. Send us some information. We'll get on a phone call and we'll figure out to see if we can even help you. And then at the end of the day, here's what it is you own your business and you know where you need to go. 2023 has been I would say a semi-turbulent year. It hasn't been too turbulent, but 2024, 2025, just get ready, brace yourself, and you've got to be playing at the highest possible level. Refine your sales process. Don't expect it to be the same as it was last year or this year for you. A lot of our clients have had record-breaking years. They've grown, and some of our clients are like, man, I'm glad that things have stabilized because they came over to us. They were bleeding when they came over to us with bigger budgets. So if you're investing over $3,000 in advertising, I would tell you there might be a couple of ways that you can reduce the cost per lead and increase your closing. At which case, reach out to us. On top of that, we have the Coat Master Lab, which is a training and coaching for concrete coating business owners. This training is included as part of you being part of the Concrete Marketing Crew client base. And then if you're looking to get started in running your own marketing advertising, that would be a great place for you to start. We give you some great options into how you can run your own advertising. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out at concretemarketingcrew.com. This is Danny Barrera, your Concrete Success Podcast. Thank you for tuning in, team. Have an amazing rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one.